Chicago Bears fans, it's Mailbag Day. But the topic of the day before we get into the mailbag is, are we setting the bar too low for our Chicago Bears? Y'all already know we're going to talk about it and get into the mailbag a little bit more right after this.
Now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of Chicago Bears Central. You got one of the Cognac boys today, as the other Cognac boy, C-Dub, is out enjoying family time. So y'all make sure y'all gonna just tune in and we gonna rock out. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and make sure you follow the show on all social media platforms at Chi Bears Central Pod. Now look, there's been a lot of chatter, man. A lot of chatter regarding the Chicago Bears. We've been called a number of things. We've been receiving a number of shots from multiple media outlets and media personnel. And now I always say, I'm going to just echo my man's Hayes and C-Dub. Thank you. And we want all the smoke. That's what C-Dub say. For me personally, I say, fine. We deserve it. Cool. But just keep the same energy all around. Now, are we setting the bar too low? A lot of us, we see the team as being potentially vying for a wild card spot. Some of us see that actually winning the division is not out of the question. I would say Brian Poles came here and set the standard that we want to take the North and never give it back. How do you do that? You come out, you punch some people in the mouth, and when they try to swing like this, you make sure you bob and weave and you stay ahead of the times. So I think that Brian Poles, the way that he's building his team out through the draft with some youth and some experience and taking chances on pieces that can provide value but still have that youth in them, I think that's a very good blueprint. I know that a while back, me, Steve-O, and C-Dub, we did an episode talking about how Ryan Poles is kind of bringing that knowledge over from Kansas City and kind of inserting it into the Chicago Bears. And then assistant GM Ian Cunningham from his time with the Philadelphia Eagles is kind of bringing over that blueprint as well. And these guys are kind of tying it together and they in the chemist lab, just kind of mixing it all together so we can get that potion. You know what I'm saying? I do think it will take some time, but I think that this season we will be able to determine a lot of things. Now, are we setting the bar too low? Is the NFC, out of the picture for the Chicago Bears? I would say no. I would say the Bears are right in the thick of things. We are right in the mix with the Detroit Kitty Cats in the Minnesota. I guess they Vikings. We ain't seen Vikings since the early ages, and most of us wasn't even around then. So, and don't nobody care about a gray box from UPS in the Green Bay Packers. But I'm gonna say that. I just want to throw this out there before we dive into the mailbag, is that the Chicago Bears have a good chance of winning this division. I personally, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna be honest. I think the Bears finish second in this division. I think the Lions will win the division, unfortunately, but it would just be for this year. Now, I will say there is a chance, because if we're looking at one of our counterparts who Justin Fields will be compared to throughout his entire career, Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence, when he had Urban Meyer, the team went 3-14. They went in, got Urban Meyer up out of there, came in, got Doug Peterson, installed a better culture, got more players around them, and built something. And they went 9-8 the year after, won a division, and made the playoffs. Now, I will be honest, the AFC South was not as good as what the NFC North is right now. But to see a team go from 3 wins to 9 wins is very doable. And that's kind of, I had initially going in that the Bears will win 9 games. I moved that up to 1 more game to 10. So if 10 wins gets us a division win, I'm all for it. If 10 wins gets us a play-in spot, I'm okay, because I understand that this is a process. This is a process. We can't, we cannot just say, oh, we going to the Super Bowl right after this. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same for every team. But I did just want to throw that out there that the Jacksonville Jaguars, they were 3-14, and then they made some changes. They went 9-8, won a division. So, and we never know what happens in this NFL season. We got to account for injuries, player movements, suspensions, things of that nature. And we know that who I have winning the division, the Detroit Kitty Cats, they had some suspension because these guys couldn't stay off of betting from NFL. The NFL said they can bet on other things, but these guys want to bet on themselves. Hey, I ain't mad at you. Get your money however you get it, but the rules are the rules. And I ain't about to sit here and play YouTube cop. But that's what the NFL had mapped out for us. But y'all go ahead down below. Let me know how y'all feeling about it. Are we setting a bar too low for the Chicago Bears, or is that bar right where it needs to be by saying that the Bears will be a wild card team in this upcoming season and then heading into the playoffs? But now we move on to the mailbag because it's all about y'all, and we want to show that love back to y'all as y'all always do us, and we always want to show our gratitude and because we grateful for something that we have built together. This channel wouldn't be nothing without y'all. So let's get into the first voicemail. This from my country cousin from the A, Marcellus. Here it is.
Yo, hey, Bobby, C-Dub, the Cognac Boys, what's happening? This your boy Sellers, the country cousin from the A. Now look, man, I got a lot to get in. I'm trying to get it all in under 3 minutes, so here we go. Number one, wild card spot is too low of a bar for this team. If you look, it's 6 or 7 playoff teams every year that don't make it. 6 or 7 teams every year who wasn't in the playoffs the previous year, they make it the next year. Last year we had the Jacksonville Jaguars in the AFC made the playoffs. They won their division. I'm looking at the same type of jump for Justin this year. Now him and Trevor came out in the same class. They've been in the same class since high school. Coming from Georgia, I watched Justin his whole high school career. So I know the boy got talent. I know he can pull it off. He got that motor in him, the leadership, everything. So if everything hit like I believe it will, we gonna win the North. That should be the standard every year to win the division. I'm not afraid of them pussycats up there in Detroit. I'm not afraid of them lackers in Green Bay, and I'm damn sure not afraid of Minnesota for nothing. They lost their best threat in Dalvin Cook, their most consistent threat, I should say. They still got Justin Jefferson, but he relying on Kirk Cousins, and we all know he ain't that guy. Okay? Second of all, the depth chart, what we're looking into going into training camp, which is 19 days away from the time of this recording. We got 19 days to training camp. That wide receiver core, I mentioned it before, is going to be the most crucial battle in training camp. Our number 4 and 5th receiver, who is it going to be? Are we going to be able to keep all these guys that we got? Is somebody going to get poached off the practice squad? We don't know, but we do know the top 3: DJ, Claypool, and goddamn Mooney. But I'm looking for Tyler Scott and Velus Jones to make a jump from last year, and Tyler Scott to come in and goddamn have a good little rookie season. Other than that, we got to talk about how Colin fucking Cowherd on his show consistently hates on the Bears, consistently hates on Chicago. But in his podcast, he mentions how Chicago is his favorite city in the United States. It's a beautiful city, da-da-da-da. We know it's a beautiful city, but my man.
All right. That's the voicemail from my country cousin, Marcellus. A lot to pack in there, a lot to discuss. First and foremost, I'm with you. It's nobody in the NFC North that really scares me. I believe that just about any game within a division can go either way. We know even last season, the Chicago Bears played their division rivals tough. So anything can really happen this upcoming season when it comes to those guys, within the division. So me, I believe that we have, you got more experienced quarterbacks like a Jared Goff and a Kirk Cousins, but I think that Justin Fields is right in the mix, and I expect, and hopefully he goes out to perform. I expect him to be right up there in the mix, and very, very soon supplant himself as the best quarterback within the division. Typically, the best quarterback in division wins the division. Obviously it's other things that you have to consider within that division. When it comes to the team and the makeup of the team and the system and the coaching staff and things and whatnot, and you got to have things go in your favor during these games. But I think that the Chicago Bears are right there in the mix. When it comes to the depth chart, as you mentioned, and when it comes to the wide receivers, these guys right now, I think I'm counting about 7. You got DJ Moore, Chase Claypool, Darnell Mooney, Dante Pettis, EQ, Velus Jones, and Tyler Scott. That's 7. I don't think I think that's too many wide receivers. Typically, teams go with 5. I can probably see 6. So 7? That's tough for me. I don't see all 7 wide receivers staying. I think if we had to pick the odd man, that would probably be either Velus Jones or Dante Pettis, because Velus Jones, he has a long way to go, my brother, especially for all the things that he did last year. But the thing is that he provides some value because of his speed, because of what he could potentially bring in the return game. So I would say he has a chance, but he has to take it. It's not going to be given to him. This coaching staff and Ryan Poles is very adamant on finding value. So Velus Jones will have to provide some type of value to remain on this team. I think EQ is kind of good because he knows the system and he's a big body. He can go ahead and block pretty damn well. So I believe he has the upper hand when we talk about Dante Pettis, EQ, Tyler Scott, and Velus Jones. But man, I think it comes down to the last 2 guys in Velus Jones and Dante Pettis. But thank you for chiming in, Marcellus. And always, man, my country cousin from the A, old country, for real. But hey, now we move on to the next voicemail. This voicemail is short and quick. This one's from Pedro.
Hi, this is Pedro Ortiz from Sandwich, Illinois. Big fan of your show, and I think Claypool's gonna tear it up this season. He's gonna do awesome. So, what do you guys think? Chicago up, Bear down.
All right, so that one's from Pedro, short and quick and to the point, from Sandwich, Illinois. Pedro, send me one of them sandwiches, my boy. Go ahead and send me Italian beef. I'm hurting down here in South Carolina. Send me one of them big beefs, dip, little cheese on it, hot peppers, and we good to go. But on to what you was talking about in the voicemail. He said he think Chase Claypool is gonna go crazy this season, and I'm hoping that he does, man. I hope. He's a big guy. He got the speed. He could catch. It's just he just got to put it all together, man. He's been working out a lot with the other wide receivers, spending a lot of time with Justin Fields so they can build some of that cohesion, build out that continuity so we can go. I'm hoping that Chase Claypool for sure goes ahead and has a solid season for the Chicago Bears. You know what I'm saying? Because he is coming into a contract year. Brian Poles and the coaching staff, they betted on him, traded away a 2nd-round pick for him. So hopefully he gets to be one of those pieces that we'd be like, yup, this was a great trade. I still think the trade was solid because you tried to put some players around Justin Fields, but we want to see it put on wax. So that it is. But now, thank you, Pedro, for tuning in, my guy. Much love to you and yours. Now we move into my guy. Y'all know we couldn't have a mailbag episode without going to Buka World. Come on now, is y'all crazy? Here it is. Here's the voicemail from Book.
Yo, Hayes, what's up, man? It's Book, a.k.a. King Book of World. Blessings to you and yours. Man, I got to tell you. So let me get this straight. According to some, we have the worst coach, the most overrated linebacker, a quarterback that can't throw, and a wide receiver core that's not going to do anything. All right, I'm going to take all that, and like I keep saying, receipts, because when this team turning around, and I have the utmost faith that they will, when they turn it around, man, I'm telling you, I'm like Alonzo, man. I'm putting cases on all you motherfuckers. For real. I can't wait. Just wanted to mention that, just speak on that because, we all know that's bull, so, we know how we do it over here in the shop, man. Like you said before, and I always say it too, man, can't nobody out-snap us, man. So if you want to try, I feel for you if you do. Anyway, though, man, happy Friday. Again, blessings to you and yours. Chicago up, bet out. Deuces, though.
All right, so y'all heard Book, Chicago up and bet down. He said he keeping all those receipts. And like Lonzo, up in training day, if you ain't seen it, he was surrounded by a group of people that wasn't so for him. He said, it's okay. I'm putting cases on all you, But Book, I got one that I'm going to be saying. Jake, I need my money. That's how I'm going to be. We need our money, Book. We gonna need our money from all these guys constantly hating. And what Marcellus alluded to in his voicemail just a little bit earlier, he was basically saying Colin Cowherd is one of those media personnel that keeps changing his tone regarding the Chicago Bears. He had us finishing at the bottom of the division and then made a turnaround and said that we should be a playoff team. Which one is it? I understand that you got to go many different ways, especially with having these daily shows. But I believe you got to do your due diligence, do some research before you come out and make any type of claim, because then you come right here and in Chicago Bears Central, we call you out. So, hey, Book, appreciate you for always tuning in, man. Blessed to you and yours. While you going to be saying I'm putting cases on all you, I'm going to be right there next to you saying, Jake, I need my money. That's how I'm going to be doing it. But, hey, shout out to all the ones so far, man. We're going to dive into this last mailbag. This one is from Mike. He about to take us on a journey. Here it is.
Oh, man. This is Mike from Pennsylvania. I thought I called Chicago Bears Central, but seems like I've got Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. Take a journey with me. Hayes is your pilot. The Cognac boys are giving us our tour guide through the north as we drive up to Detroit. Oh, aren't they cute? And now we drive further north to Green Bay to look at the weasel cage. The weasel. Lovely. Now we drive back down to Chicago and we got the white rhino. Holy smokes, Batman. And now to the Hydra cage. I love you guys. You're cracking me up over here. I just wonder, here's my genius question of the off season. If Cole Kmet is the white rhino, what is Justin Fields? Okie doke. You guys have a great day. Love the show. Peace, brothers. Out. Bear down.
All right. So that's the last voicemail of the day from my guy, Mike. Thanks for tuning in, Mike. Definitely appreciate you always coming through and showing love and calling in. Man, did you take us on a journey through the wild safari? And I to keep it a buck with you, me, Hayes, and C-Dub, we wasted a lot of jet fuel just flying over these guys just to get back to Chicago. You call them. I'm looking at it like this. The Detroit Kitty Cats, the Green Bay UPS boxes, and then the Minnesota llamas. There's no animals in Green Bay. What, a couple cows or something? But no, they call the Packers. So by why those cows out there, chomping on the grass, we see a brown UPS box labeled as the Green Bay Packers. So it is what it is. But man, you asked the question, if Cole Kmet is the white rhino, what is Justin Fields? I don't know yet. It has not clicked yet for me, Mike. But I don't know. I think one that sounds real cool. Y'all let me know if it's cool or lame. And we can go back to the drawing board. I don't know. But JF1, I think that's pretty damn cool. You know what I'm saying? Not Air Force One, but JF1. And then if you add DJ Moore in there, who wears the number 2, can we name them Flight 12? Or are we gonna get some of my Chicago people that say fuck Dwell? That fuck Dwell. And we gonna get some people like that. So man, I don't know. We still gotta go ahead and figure this thing out. But I think JF1 is pretty cool. Or if you want to call him Flight 1 and then add DJ Moore and we say that's Flight 12. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out, Mike. But thank you so much for tuning into the show. And man, as always, it's always a pleasure in doing these mailbags and hearing you guys' thoughts and, just chiming in, giving your opinions, giving your thoughts and asking us questions because we want to hear you guys' thoughts. We want to be able to piggyback on that, say what we agree with or disagree. And that's what makes us family. We don't have to always agree on everything. We can fight. We can do whatever. But at the end of the fight, we're going to shake up. We're going to have some yak. Or whatever beverage you want to indulge in. I don't care if you're drinking water or Gatorade. We just gonna go cheers and we gonna keep on moving. That's how we do it over here in this family. I can't speak for nobody else, but in this family on Chicago Bears Central, we can go ahead, call each other stupid idiots. As long as you don't call another man the B word, we good. And we gonna keep it pushing with some yak, H2O, or Gatorade, or whatever you choose. It's all good. But that's it for today's mailbag episode. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you want to be a part of mailbag episodes like this, go ahead and send that text message in or call in and leave a quick one. You got 3 minutes. You want to make it quick or you want to take all of 3 minutes? That number is 773-242-9336. Love y'all, man. And as y'all always say, we're going to have to get some shirts up on the docket. Chicago up, bear down, baby.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.